Hey everybody, we're about to start our science part of the day. Now, who remembers? What were we learning about before we were staying home? Does anybody remember? I'll give you a hint. It's right here in this picture. Right, we were learning about water. Now, this week, we're going to be learning about what happens when we put things in water. Now, what do you think about when you have water? Maybe you're in the bathtub. Maybe you're in the sink, or maybe you got to visit the beach. What happens to the things that were in the water? Now today, we'll learn about two different big words. The first one we'll learn about is absorb. And the second thing we'll learn about is dissolve, okay? So now to absorb means to take in or to soak up, okay? So that's what absorb means. Hey, come on in, we have company. Say hello, Travis. Say hello. I'm going to pause this until he leaves. Okay, so we've been learning all about water, okay? And two things can happen to when we put stuff in water. Sometimes it can absorb water or take water in. Other times it might dissolve in the water and become part of the water like a solution, okay? So those are kind of tricky words to understand. So let's see if we can do this. Now, if you want to do this at home with me, you're going to need a cup. Make sure your mom's with you. Don't do this in the living room. Try to do it right by the sink. A cotton ball if you have it. If you don't have a cotton ball, you take a piece of toilet paper or a paper towel and wrinkle it up really small. I'm going to use a piece of tin foil. I folded it all nice and tight. Make it nice and silver. Piece of aluminum foil. And I have a sponge. You probably have one of these in your sink, so you could use that one right there. So do it right in the sink if you'd like. Okay, now, have an adult in your house. Fill your cup with water. Okay, now if you're at home, I would keep this inside of the sink and maybe stand on a chair if an adult is with you so it doesn't spill because otherwise it would be a mess. Now, what do you think is going to happen when I put the cotton ball in the water? Do you think it's going to absorb the water or no? Let's see. Put it in. Oh, right now it's in the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to pull it out of the water and look what happens. It's filled with water. It became soaked with water. It took in water. So when something takes in water or becomes soaked with water, we say it is absorbing. So did the cotton ball absorb water? Yes, it did. Next, let's try the aluminum foil or tin foil. Okay, do you think this absorb water or no? Let's put it in. And let's pull it out. I put it in. I take it out. Now if I squeeze it, look, no water comes out. Did it absorb water? No. This did not absorb water. It did not soak in water, and it didn't take any water in. So this did not absorb water. The cotton ball absorbed water. The aluminum foil did not absorb water. Now let's do a sponge. Think about what you know from when you've seen your mom wash dishes, if you've washed dishes, or if you've taken a bath with a sponge. Let's put this in the water. Now it's going to be tricky because my cup is smaller than my sponge. I'm going to dip this in. I'm going to wait a second or two. And let's see what's going to happen. Do you think it's going to absorb or no? Is it going to absorb the water or no? What do you think? Let's see. If I squeeze it, it took in water. So did the sponge absorb water? Yes, the sponge absorbed water. I'm going to use a sponge to wipe up all the water I've got over here. Okay, so the sponge absorbed water. It took in water. It became soaked. The cotton ball absorbed water. It took in water. It became soaked. The aluminum foil did not absorb water. It's dry. It doesn't have any water in. It didn't take any water in. So some things absorb water and some things don't absorb water. Now the other thing that happens sometimes when we put water together is it can dissolve. When it dissolves, the solid mixes into the liquid and becomes a solution. Now, that sounds very scientific, but sometimes, I know you guys have done this before. Who's ever had iced tea? This is lemonade. I don't have any iced tea, and so I have lemonade. What happens if I mix my powdered lemonade with water? Do I get, let's open this up first. Of course, this is an opening. Try the other side. Next time, note to self, open the stuff up first. I'm still learning this, guys. Oh! Explode everywhere. So I'm going to dump my lemonade crystals into the cup. So now I have lemonade crystals. Now the crystals are sandy. They're solid. They have a little shape. If I looked on my magnifying glass, I would see that they have its own shape. They're little tiny circle pieces. So I have my lemonade. What's going to happen when I add the water to it? Do you think the lemonade is going to stay on the bottom like sand? Let's see. Ooh, can you see what happened there? What happened to the water? Let me mix it a little bit. What happened to it? Is it still sandy down the bottom? What happened to it? The water became yellow. The water and the lemonade became a solution. The lemonade dissolved in the water, and now I have a glass of lemonade. Now lemonade has lots of sugar. So what do you think would happen if I had a cup of sugar? Do you think it's going to dissolve, or do you think the sugar is going to stay on the bottom like with sand? Let's see. I'm going to pour the water in. I'm going to wait a minute or two. And mix it with my finger. And what's happening? Can you guys see? There was a lot of stuff down the bottom, but it's mixing in, and it is dissolving. So the sugar and the water are dissolving and becoming a mixture. You still see there's just a teeny tiny itsy bitsy bit left, and that's still dissolving. And now there is no more sugar. The sugar dissolved into the water. One last one. Let's see what happens when I use. Well, two more. Salt. Notice this pink Himalayan sea salt. You can see it better in this way. I did the difference between the sugar and the salt. So, what do you think is going to happen? Let's wait and find out. Let's see. Let's push this in. Some water in. Ooh. Can you see what's happening? Right now, the salt is down the bottom. What happens when I mix it up? What happens to the salts? Look at my water. Still down there a little bit. Let's see. Let's keep mixing. Let's keep mixing. Mixing, mixing, mixing. Mixing. What's happening to my salt? Is there still a big pile of salts at the bottom, or is it getting smaller? You're right. It's getting smaller. The reason it's getting smaller is because it is dissolving. What's happening to it? It is dissolving. So can you see? There's only a little bit left. Now, last one we're going to do today is a shell. The shell is a solid. Remember, it has its own shape. It doesn't flow. Remember, liquids flow and the shell doesn't flow. It has its own shape. I'll put some water in here. What happens to the shell in the water? The shell stays in the water. It doesn't dissolve, right? It keeps its own shape. So, today we learned that some solids will dissolve in water. Some solids will not dissolve. The sugar, the lemonade, and the salt all dissolved in the water. The shell did not dissolve in the water. Now, some things absorb water. The sponge and the cotton ball absorbed water. The tin foil did not. So some things absorb water, and some things absolve, and some things do not. After I return this video off, I want you guys to watch the word of the day on Sesame Street. And you're going to see all about the word absorb, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.